I'm Mr. Kangas, and today we're going to take a look at Chapter 8, Section 2, Solving Equations with Grouping Symbols. So this is another addition to the whole multi-step equation thing that we've seen in 3.3, 3.5. We've seen a little bit in Chapter 5 with solving equations with rational numbers. And in 8.1 we solved equations that had variables on both sides. Today we're going to take a look at solving equations with grouping symbols. So in other words, parentheses. And so what we're going to be doing is we're going to see an equation, might look something like this. Equals might see something like this, where not only do we have a variable on both sides, but we also have some grouping symbols. We have some parentheses. So this is not going to be any different than solving an equation with variables on both sides, except for, yet again, there's one extra step. That one extra step is you have to get rid of the parentheses first. Essentially on the right side, what we're doing is we're simplifying this expression. If you remember Chapter 3, Section 2, simplifying variable expressions, we're ignoring the left side to start, and we're going to simplify the right side. And the first step towards simplifying is using distributive properties. We need to get rid of those parentheses. So we're going to multiply both terms inside the parentheses by 10. So 10 times x is 10x, and 10 times 4 is 40, and we keep the sign in between them. And so now we need to get x on one side of the equation. You can either get rid of 2x or 10x first. I'm going to get rid of the 10x because that will give me a negative number, but it will also make this problem go a little bit quicker. If you get rid of 2x, you're left with 0 over here, at which point you'll have to add 40 to the other side and then divide. So I'm just going to get rid of the 10x. So since 10x is positive, I'm going to subtract 10x from both sides. So I'm going to do a 2x minus 10x here. I'm going to do 10x minus 10x here. And don't forget about the minus 40. So the 10x's cancel out over here, and we're left with a minus 40 or negative 40. Because if we use keep flip change on this, this turns into a plus negative 40. If we use KFC over here, keep the 2x the same, flip subtraction to addition, change the sign to the opposite. 2x plus negative 10x should get us negative 8x. At this point we have a one-step equation. So to get rid of the negative 8 to get x alone, because our goal is to figure out what x is, we would divide both sides by negative 8. So we're going to divide both sides by negative 8. Negative 40 divided by negative 8 would get you positive 5. The two negative 8's over here end up canceling out. If you wanted to keep this in fraction form, then you would reduce both top and bottom by 8, because that's the biggest number that goes into 8 and 40. And so you would have negative 5 over negative 1. And remember, two negatives when you're dividing, which every fraction is a division problem. So whenever you're dividing two negatives, it gets you a positive answer. So you could also write positive 5 over positive 1. But that's how you would solve an equation with grouping symbols, or in other words, parentheses. The only difference it makes is you have to use distributive property to get rid of the parentheses, and then follow normal procedure. If you need to pause or rewind this video or rewatch it, please do so. Make sure you're taking good notes. In the next video, we're going to be taking a look at solving, using an equation to solve a problem. So we're going to show you how you might use a multi-step equation like these here that we just showed you in a geometry problem. We'll show you how you might be able to apply that.